Have you ever wondered why some people seem unshaken by life's chaos while others crumble at the slightest setback? What's their secret? Is it possible to find unshakable peace in a world filled with heartbreak, betrayal, and uncertainty? Could it all come down to how we choose to see things? Imagine living a life where no external event, be it loss, fear, or even love, has the power to disturb your inner calm. Sounds impossible. Let's see what Epictetus has to say. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, firmly believed that happiness and inner peace are entirely within our control. Yet, when we look around at the suffering in the world, illness, death, heartbreak, betrayal, and even the reckless actions of world leaders, it's hard not to question this idea. How can we possibly remain happy and peaceful in the face of so much adversity and uncertainty? Epictetus didn't shy away from these tough questions. His philosophy was built to tackle the challenges of life head-on, offering practical solutions to avoid being consumed by external circumstances. His teachings are sharp, unapologetically direct, and often uncomfortable to accept. He didn't sugarcoat the truth or offer half measures. Instead, he laid out a path to profound inner peace, one that requires us to free ourselves from everything that disrupts it. And if we truly want to be free, Epictetus insisted, we must commit fully to this journey. This video will explore what Epictetus identified as the root cause of our suffering and how we can overcome it to cultivate an unshakable sense of inner peace. According to him, this goal is entirely within our power. But before we dive into the philosophy, let me remind you of something else that's within your power: supporting this channel. By joining my Patreon, you'll gain access to ad-free videos, have a say in future topics, and even receive some exclusive merchandise. You can also follow me on social media for more updates and inspiring Stoic quotes. Thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoy this video. Now, let's take a step back in time to understand the man behind these life-changing ideas. Although much of Epictetus's life remains a mystery, historical records suggest he was born into slavery in Hierapolis, modern-day Turkey, around 50 AD. Despite his circumstances, he displayed a deep interest in philosophy, which he pursued even after gaining his freedom. Epictetus studied under the renowned Stoic philosopher Musonius Rufus in Rome. However, when Emperor Domitian banished all philosophers from the city, Epictetus relocated to Nicopolis, where he founded a school that attracted students from across the ancient world. His teachings weren't written down by him, but were preserved through the detailed notes of his student Arian. These notes became the foundation of the discourses and the Enchiridion, which continue to inspire millions today. Epictetus lived a simple life and taught with a style that was both sharp and direct. Central to his philosophy was the concept of the dichotomy of control, the distinction between what is within our power and what is not. To him, philosophy wasn't just something to study or discuss. It was something to live and practice. True philosophers, he believed, don't merely talk about philosophy, they embody it. However, living according to Epictetus's teachings is no easy feat. Achieving inner peace requires us to fundamentally change how we view the world, our values, and our desires. It demands practice, sacrifice, and unwavering dedication. So, where do we begin? Let's start by uncovering what Epictetus and the ancient Stoics believed to be the true source of our pain and suffering. And from there, we'll learn how to transform our perspective and take the first steps toward a life of unshakable peace. Ready to discover the root of our suffering and how to overcome it? Let's dive deeper into the wisdom of Epictetus and the timeless teachings of Stoicism. Let's pick up where we left off. In the previous section, we explored how Epictetus believed that the root of our suffering lies not in external events, but in how we perceive and respond to them. Now, let's dive deeper into his teachings and uncover how we can free ourselves from the emotional turmoil caused by attachments and judgments. We often hold tightly to the things and people we love, our children, our spouses, our friends, believing that this attachment is what gives life its meaning. And it's true, there's undeniable beauty in these bonds, the joy of being together, the intimacy, the longing when apart, and the profound sense of connection. But here's the hard truth. This very attachment also makes us vulnerable. It turns us into puppets, controlled by forces far beyond our power. Epictetus saw this clearly and offered a bold solution. Stop placing value on things outside your control. He put it bluntly, why are we angry? Because we attach value to the things that others can take from us. Stop valuing your clothes, and you won't be angry with the thief who steals them. Stop valuing the beauty of your wife, and you won't be angry with the adulterer. It's a harsh lesson, isn't it? Letting go of desire and aversion for things we cherish is far easier said than done. But Epictetus didn't just leave us with this difficult truth. He provided a way forward. If it's not the events themselves that disturb our peace, but our judgments about them, then the solution is clear. Change the way we think, not the universe. For the Stoics, this shift in thinking is about aligning our minds with reason and nature. When our thoughts are reasonable, they argued, we naturally experience inner peace, a state of harmony with the world as it is. But how do we get there? How do we loosen the grip of desire and aversion? Epictetus suggested that we start by understanding the general nature of things. Let's take an example many of us can relate to: traffic. Imagine you're stuck behind a reckless driver who just cut you off. You feel your blood boil as you think, they shouldn't drive like that. They should be more considerate. These are judgments, value-laden thoughts that fuel your anger. But are these judgments reasonable? According to Epictetus, no. Traffic, like life, is unpredictable. People will drive poorly, just as storms will come and go. It's simply the nature of things. The Stoics believed that resisting this natural flow, what they called the will of Zeus, only leads to emotional turmoil. You can't fight the gods, as they would say. When we accept the general nature of things, we begin to see the futility of our judgments. It's like trying to stop the ocean's waves with your hands. It's not only impossible, but also exhausting. Instead, Epictetus encouraged us to remind ourselves of the true nature of the things we hold dear. He famously said, "If you are fond of a ceramic cup, remind yourself that it is only a ceramic cup. Then, if it breaks, you will not be disturbed. If you kiss your child or your spouse, remind yourself that you are kissing a mortal. Then, if they die, you will not be disturbed." At first glance, this might seem cold, even heartless. How can we love someone deeply while reminding ourselves of their mortality? But Epictetus wasn't suggesting that we stop caring for our loved ones. On the contrary, he believed that true freedom and unshakable inner peace comes when we cherish what we have without clinging to it. This path is radical, no doubt. It asks us to face the hardest truths about life, that loss is inevitable, that people will disappoint us, and that the world will not always bend to our will. But in accepting these truths, we free ourselves from the emotional chains of desire and aversion. Acceptance, as Epictetus taught, doesn't mean passively tolerating injustice or hardship. It means recognizing what is beyond your control and refusing to let it dictate your inner state. Imagine how much more effective we could be in improving the world if we acted from a place of clarity and peace, rather than anger or fear. So how do we cultivate this kind of acceptance? Epictetus flipped the concept on its head. He argued that our struggles with acceptance stem from misplaced desires and aversions. Instead of forcing ourselves to endure what we dread, we should align our will with the natural order of the universe. He put it beautifully. Ask not that events should happen as you will, but let your will be that events happen as they do, and you shall have peace. Think about that for a moment. What if, instead of resisting life's twists and turns, we embraced them as they are? What if we let go of our demands for things to be different? The result is a profound sense of relief, a weight lifted off your shoulders. You're no longer fighting the universe. You're flowing with it. This mindset doesn't just bring peace. It also creates a stronger foundation for positive action. When we stop obsessing over outcomes we can't control, we free up our energy to focus on what truly matters, living virtuously, improving ourselves, and contributing to the world around us. So, what do you think of Epictetus's teachings? Do they resonate with you? Or do they feel too radical? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective. And if you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us continue exploring these timeless philosophies and sharing them with the world. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video as we dive even deeper into the wisdom of the Stoics. Until then, remember, peace begins within.